Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. JSE-listed gold explorer Wits Gold believes that a new shallow, low-cost gold mine is in the offing in the southern Free State. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer is in the studio to tell us more about this. Welcome to the show, Martin.
Thanks, Shannon.
What is significant about this being a shallow reef mine, and what other mines are in this category?
Yeah, South African gold mines are normally associated with being deep, dark and dangerous, and when you mention the word shallow, the ears of the investors prick up, normally favourably. And we've had this is the third shallow mine. We had Gold One, that's listed on the Australian Stock Exchange, and that has an asset at Modder East, just near Springs, and that has been quite successfully backed by the investors. We've also had Great Basin Gold listed in Toronto and Johannesburg, and they have been successful with Burnstone, which was just officially opened by the Minister of Mineral Resources, Susan Shabango, this week. Now we've got Wits Gold coming in with what they're calling the De Bron Merriesprate, the DBM, and again, you know, hoisting the shallowness and emphasizing that to attract the attention of investors.
Now, what quantities of gold do you think they can expect from this mine?
Yeah, they're talking initially that DBM, which is De Bron Merriesprate, has about 2.5 million ounces at 8 grams per tonne. That's what they're looking at the moment.
What benefits are there of having a shallow reef mine?
Well, the shallow is great, but then the grade is good, shallow, which is another point about this DBM, the De Bron Merriesprate with Wits Gold. And so if the grade is good at a shallow depth, you know, capital payback can be far quicker, which investors like.
And then how does Wits Gold propose raising the money for this mine, and when do they expect to reach full production?
Yeah, well, there's a crossroads for them on the capital raising, because they're essentially an exploration company. That's how they've labelled themselves, but they might have to take a decision to change that. We saw Randgold Resources outside the country start off as an explorer, and you know, they became a discoverer and then a developer. This company might also decide to do that, or they could actually separate the assets at De Bron Merriesprate into a separate vehicle, list them separately, have separate management. So that's a decision they're going to have to take. And then, you know, timing, they're talking about 2015, and Renaissance Capital in a note says possibly they could be producing at about 125,000 ounces a year from that date, not specifying how much more could come out of there, but that's the sort of level they're talking about at the moment, 125,000 ounces a year from 2015.
So it's quite exciting. We'll keep an eye out on that.
We will, Shannon.
Thank you, Martin.
Pleasure.
That's the show for today. Join us again next time for more news and insight into what's happening in the mining world.
For 30 years, Creamer Media's engineering news has delivered unmatched insight into South Africa's real economy. Subscribe now and go to engineeringnews.co.za for the real economy in real time. Engineering news, not just for engineers.